I am Nick Shell, a certified Enneagram coach. I would like to share with you yet another thing I learned from this book right here, The Honest Enneagram by Sarah Jane Case. You can buy this book off of Amazon by clicking the link right there. You can also find out your Enneagram type by taking a test for free. It takes about 10 minutes. There's a link for that. And 4 people so far, since I've been doing this channel as an Enneagram coach, have also become certified for Enneagram by clicking another link there that I put where you can get that done through Cloverleaf. It's one of the best decisions I've made in my entire life. Not only is it fun to make these videos on YouTube, but specifically how my personal life has improved in so many levels, in so many ways, now that I understand myself much more thoroughly in a way I never could have before. All right, what I want to look at, again, something I learned from this book right here, is that if you're familiar with the Enneagram, you understand that every single number basically serves as kind of a launching point for other Enneagrams. So for example, me being a 6, when I am stressed, I become more like a 3, the achiever. And when I'm relaxed, I become more like 9, the peacemaker. And it's that way for each of the numbers. They have their own kind of 2 alter egos like that. So I think up until I read this book, I was under the concept that when you're stressed, it's like the Incredible Hulk, okay? Like, I'm angry, I'm mad, and now I become a monster. Not exactly. See, stressed doesn't necessarily mean you're mad. Like, for example, me at work, I'm very focused. I get things done. I'm very proactive. I'm very assertive at work. You could argue that I'm stressed at work. I mean, more so than other things, that there's very clear expectations of what I need to be doing all day at work. So in theory, at work, I probably often look like a 3, even though, unlike a 3, I don't fear failure like a 3 does. But I probably look more like a 3 at work, and people who have met me that understood Enneagram saw me in other settings, and many people have assumed I'm a 3. Not one person has ever assumed I was a 6, and not one person has ever assumed, no test I ever took ever said I was a 6 either. So what that says is maybe I'm often driven by stress or pressure, which makes me look like a 3. So stress is not necessarily anger or something dramatic like that. It just means more so you have to be pushed in a certain way, and that's going to cause you to look more like that other number. So what I would like to do, this is another great book on Enneagram that I've talked a lot about before, The Enneagram Made Easy. In fact, if you were to buy only 2 books on Enneagram off of Amazon, go ahead and first click the link right there below for The Honest Enneagram. Definitely get that, because it really helps understand the subtypes, which until you understand the subtypes, there's a good chance you aren't the number that you think you are. I'd say at least half the people that I've known, they thought they were one thing and they really look like one thing, but they were actually a certain subtype that looked like that other thing. So that's why this book is good. So go ahead and click that link on Amazon, takes you there. And then while you're on Amazon, you can look for this as well, the Enneagram Made Easy. Now, something I want to reference here in this book, and this is just to give an example to further kind of understand, as a 6, what I look like when I'm stressed. And again, not necessarily angry or something too dramatic like that. But let's look at this. Let me just read this to you. When 6s move toward the negative side of a 3, which is the stress personality of a 6, they may avoid feeling anxious by always being busy, may become workaholics. Now let me pause there. Absolutely yes. Now I've ran this channel for well over 7 years. The majority of it, I was either in debt, I was a new parent, I had a lot of stress that I was dealing with, and I was just trying to work through it because as a 6, I wanted stability. Well, guess what? I created this YouTube channel because of that stress. I thought, we're in debt, we need to make money, I need to contribute to this household more so than just working a full-time job. So I watched a documentary on YouTube and on how to make money as a YouTuber. I figured this out. And then I just started making tons of videos about topics I cared nothing about, but they made the most money. Well, now that my salary's doubled and so is my wife's years later, now I can talk about what I want to. That's Enneagram. I don't have to talk about all those other silly things that my heart was not in at all. I did it for the money. And I was quite obsessive about it because ultimately I was trying to avoid feeling anxious, so I was always busy making all these videos all the time. I don't have to make as many videos now. I do this more for fun. Yes, I still get side hustle money off of it, but it's not the same motivation. I'm not stressed like I was for the majority of the years I made these videos when I did other topics beyond Enneagram that I didn't care about. May become a workaholic? Absolutely, because I was working a full-time job, plus running 2 channels, which I still do here on YouTube, running a blog that made me money, and I had other side hustles based on my website, Family Friendly Daddy blog. So yeah, workaholic, yeah, you could say that. Also, when 6s become more like a 3, become reluctant to try anything new if there's any possibility of failing, may take on a role or image to feel more secure, tells lies about themselves in order to cover up or get ahead. Maybe not so much. As a true 6, I'm not going to lie about who I am or what I'm doing. In fact, maybe it's the counterphobic 6 in me that I will actually be too honest and too direct. Even if I shouldn't be that honest, that's probably going to be my fault. Now it says when you can also still become the positive side of that personality that's your stress personality. This is interesting. So for me personally, it says when 6s move towards the positive side of 3, they take decisive and effective action. Yeah, that's a big part of what I do in my personality. And feel good about all they accomplish. Absolutely. I'll close with this thought. This is the day after Labor Day, 2022. And I had a lot of anxiety after a 3-day weekend, had a great vacation, coming back to work, thinking, oh boy, where do I even begin? I went to go to the gym, work out, because that's a 6 thing. If you're counterphobic, you have this, you take on this image, this concept, this role of being strong, physically strong. A counterphobic 6 is very focused on doing that. So yeah, I have a lot of anxiety, especially on days like today. I had to start out the gym with a heavy, intense day, and the whole time I feel the pain and anxiety leaving my body, so that by the time I get ready for work, I can at least feel neutral and balanced. And what has helped me, I'm shooting this on my lunch break, so it's halfway through the day, but I realize every couple of tasks, hey, I got this done, and this done, and this done. It still seems overwhelming, but I got all these things done, and that sense of accomplishment really helped me and guided me along the way. So this is my example as a counterphobic 6, how being stressed does turn me more into a 3. And I can look like a 3 and I can act like a 3. And if people are mainly around me at work, they may not know otherwise. They may just, if they know something about Enneagram, they may just think that I'm a 3, but they don't see me in my own house or when I'm having fun, relaxing. And I actually surprisingly look more like a 9, and I really do just go with the flow. I mean, funny thing is, with my own family, my wife, my kids, usually that's more so who I am. If you were in my home with me and you saw me, not during work and just on the weekend, I would look more like the peacemaker. Your thoughts, your opinions, your views belong right here.